So then guys, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is almost here and it will be releasing in September time alongside the iPhones and also that brand new Apple Watch 10. However, there seems to be a bit of a big problem with the Ultra 3, what we're going to talk about today. So that's right guys, we're going to talk about the Ultra 3 today, and like I said, there is a bit of a problem with it, what we'll get into in a moment. But I think you'll actually guess what it is as we reveal kind of everything that we know about the Ultra 3. And in fact, let's get started with that. So if you've been watching my videos over the last year or so, whenever I've talked about the Ultra 3, you may have noticed there's been a bit of a lack of kind of leaks and rumours bouncing around for the Ultra 3. And the main reason behind this is because we don't have that many about it. We do have the odd one. So for example, like Mark Gurman here has mentioned that there's going to be a new OLED display again inside of the Apple Watch Ultra 3. And this means that the always-on display will probably last even longer this time round. And that Apple did actually look into using a micro LED kind of technology in the Apple Watch Ultra 3, but you know, this was scrapped early along in the line, so we are going along that OLED panel. So I guess the one main positive what we're going to see out of all of this is that definitely battery life, at least on always on display, will probably extend out a fair bit longer this time with this new OLED display. There's no news if we're going to get an even brighter display. Remember with the Ultra 2 last year, we got a 50% increase in brightness on the actual display, but the actual design did not change whatsoever with the Ultra 2. And it looks like this is the same for the Ultra 3. In fact, Mark Gurman, again, as you can see right here, has actually said with the Ultra 3 that there's not going to be any kind of big design changes with this watch this time round. Expect the same design that we've had for the last two generations. Nothing new is going to be coming along here with this. The only other thing, though, that was going to be mentioned is that obviously any new sensors or anything like this that are going to be introduced to the Apple Watch Series 10 this time round, like we've heard of a blood pressure sensor being added for the first time, and any other kind of new sensors and abilities, obviously these will come along to the Ultra 3. Remember, we actually had this last year with the Apple Watch Series 9, kind of like that pinch sort of thing, and nobody hardly ever uses, and that came along to the Ultra 2 and was also in the Series 9. So really there's not going to be many changes there. The only other thing though what I'd also say is that probably battery life, and then obviously the new kind of chipset inside of it, this will be the next generation that's going to be inside us. And obviously we haven't heard too much news, but do expect again it'll probably be a rehashed version of the chipset that we had last year. But really that is going to be it really in kind of sort of chips and things like this that we're going to get inside. We're not really going to get anything different with that. Don't expect massive battery gains over the last series. It'll be very, very similar. And I think then guys, I think you can begin to see now where my lack of enthusiasm is with the Ultra 3, and in fact the lack of leaks and rumours that have bounced around about the Ultra 3. There's hardly any. And I think this is where the big disappointment is. It looks like that the Ultra 3 is going to be very similar to the Ultra 2 last year. We're going to get minuscule updates inside of it. And it's going to be that whole thing again that if you've got an Ultra 1 or an Ultra 2, keep it really. I would say not even to upgrade to the Ultra 3. And at the end of the day, I would say to people, if you can get yourself a great deal on an Ultra 2 or an Ultra 1, grab it, because really there's not going to be much differences. The design's not changing. There's no new colors going to be announced or anything like that. And if anything, if there is a watch to buy this year, I hate to say it, it's going to be the Apple Watch 10. If we've looked at these leaks and rumors that we've got right here, we can see that the Apple Watch 10 is actually going to get a bigger display this time. The design's not going to be overall changed, but it's going to be a thicker actual Apple Watch compared to the Series 9. And this in turn means bigger battery life, and then also this means obviously a bigger screen. And if you know anything about the Ultra series, this is the main reasons to buy an Ultra watch. It's got the bigger screen and it's got the better battery life inside of it. And if the Apple Watch Series 10 is going to be getting a bigger battery and also is going to get itself a bigger screen, and in fact the screen looks like it could be actually larger than the Ultra screen, as you can see here from these CAD drawings, it looks like it's going to be over 2 inches, just over 2 inches, then it's going to be the argument, what's the point in buying yourself an Ultra 3? Because at the end of the day, the Apple Watch 10 is going to be cheaper to buy than the Ultra 3, and it will give you that better battery life. It will also give you that bigger screen. And really, this is a fit case where you're going to go, why would I get myself an Ultra 3? The only thing I would say is maybe if you're going scuba diving or if you're going hiking, but then that goes back to my original fact. Well, then you might as well buy yourself an Ultra 2 or an Ultra 1 on a really good deal. At the end of the day, no one can really tell the difference between an Ultra 1 and an Ultra 2, apart from maybe outside, you know, with the brightness, that's probably about it. But the actual cosmetic look of it, you cannot tell the difference. And the Ultra 3 is going to be the same here. So if you're after having the greatest, you could probably actually pull it off with an Ultra 1 saying, yeah, I've got an Ultra 3, even though you don't. And this is where I think, like I said, the big problem is, I think everyone's going to flock towards the, you know, Apple Watch 10 this time round instead of the Ultra 3. But at least there's some good news on another note, and that is we actually have our giveaway for this at the end of September time. So one lucky subscriber is going to get their hands on this right here. This here is an iPad Pro 13-inch model, and it's got 512 gigabytes of storage. It's got M4 inside of it, and I'm going to be giving it away to one lucky subscriber at the end of September time. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway on this channel is just put down in the comments below of what technology you're still hoping to get in 2024. Whether this be Apple related or not, just put it down into the comments below right now. And the other thing as well is make sure you're a subscriber, because like I said, I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because near the end of September time too, I'll be making a video giving a few more details about the giveaway, like a little form to fill in too, and also announcing the day of the live stream for this iPad Pro, where we'll be giving this away on a live stream. The other thing I just want to quickly mention is that I'm also going to be giving away one of these with it too. This here is a Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro, and I'm going to be giving this away with the iPad, so this will get you started easily here. So this is going to be absolutely fantastic for that lucky subscriber to get their hands on both of these bits of kits together. The other thing I just want to quickly say, guys, is sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, still telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, part with money for postage and things like this. Please do not part with your money for postage. I'll be paying for postage and taxes on the real giveaway, so please do ignore these people. Better still, you can see right here. Please do report them. So, next of all, let's talk about the release date, followed by the price then of the Apple Watch Ultra 3. So for the actual release date, well, I think you can guess when it's probably going to come. It's going to come alongside the Apple Watch 10. And for the first time, I actually think here with the new kind of Apple event that's going to happen, I think we might actually see the Apple Watch Ultra announced first before the Apple Watch Series 10, if it is getting a bigger screen and a bit of a new design. So Apple probably will actually put this one of their first items, one of their first products to be announced at the Apple event, and that's going to be happening in September time. When in September time? Well, Apple traditionally like to hold their event kind of the beginning teens of September or kind of the mid-teens of September. So they'll be around that kind of time, and normally the products come around out about 7 to 10 days later. So we're looking towards the end teens of September or the early 20s of September is when you'll be able to put this new Apple Watch Ultra 3 onto your wrist for the first time if you do want to get one. So that is when the actual kind of release time is going to be, and the launch for the Apple Watch Ultra 3. For the price though wise on the Ultra 3, as we've talked about already in this video, as there's not going to really be any big changes with the Ultra 3, at least in US dollars, the price is going to stay exactly the same. It probably isn't going to increase whatsoever because we're getting no new design, no new big features really. So really this will probably stay exactly the same in US dollars. However, if you live in a different part of the world and say your currency has got worse to the US dollar over the last year, or even if it's got better, the price will be different. If it's got worse, then it does mean the price probably in your country compared to the Ultra 2 will be more expensive. And also at the same time too, if you've had new taxes and things like this, then it probably still will be more expensive in that case. You've got to remember that Apple needs to make the same amount of profit for all of their Apple Watch Ultra 3s wherever they sell it across the world. So just be aware of that. But really guys, that is everything we know for the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Are you excited about it? Are you disappointed this year? Are you going to be getting one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons too, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.